in Virginia in my childhood playground. This is the playground that I would come to as a kid every single day. My backyard is my childhood home. Like, my backyard is literally this, so easy access, you know. And I'm here just visiting for the weekend. Some of my friends from my hometown, and just kind of, I guess, escaping my everyday life. Trying to figure out what's more comfortable. Ooh, there's a lot of little bugs everywhere. It's fall season. It's starting to get really fresh, actually, in the mornings. I'm gonna put this on. Thank you for this sweater, Heather. Heather is my childhood best friend, my first friend here, and my first friend in life. And we are still friends to this day. We met when we were like 3-4 years old. My hair is just gonna have to be crazy. Anywho, every time I come back here, it's so crazy because moving from Virginia was the biggest physical shift of my life, and probably the biggest shift in my life. I mean, I always think about, if I still lived here, what would life be like? And honestly, last night I told my best friend, I was like, I don't think I would have executed my art as much as I have living in Florida. You know, I don't think I would be the kind of girl to be in a band and do gigs, or like promote myself and like really dive deep with my artistry if I had still lived here. But I could be so wrong. Maybe I would be a hit, who knows. I just feel like there's more access, and there's just more variety of art that I see living in Florida, South Florida, and then now going to a school that caters to music production, and I'm like with all these other students that are so passionate about the same thing. It's like I'm at Hollywood Arts from Victorious, and it's amazing. But every time I come here, it's always coming here with a new perspective on things, a new mindset on my childhood as well. And, you know, there's things that the brain blocks, memories for you, for your emotional state of mind, to protect yourself. And I'm not sure if I'm like forgetting a really big, important part, or a bunch of little things about my childhood that kept me outside all the time, or that kept me at my best friend's house all the time, because I was always there. And I was just never home, which people say is a great thing, and I agree. Like, I had a very beautiful childhood here, and I'm so happy to hear that they still throw birthday parties in this playground. So, for like the neighborhood kids. So I'm happy that like it's just still so wholesome. This place is very sacred. It's very special to me. It's just like you're surrounded by nature. And as a kid, I'd wake up, and even when I was like 6 years old, I think I was a little bit peculiar than the other kids, in a sense where I love to be alone. I love to go on walks, and I loved waking up early and just sitting on the front porch steps of my house. And there was always this cat named Blueberry, my neighbor's cat. He was always like an outdoor cat, and he would just always lay with me, rub up on my legs and stuff. I'm like low-key allergic to cats, so that cat was my everything, and I was okay. You know, I didn't have any reaction to him. He passed away a few years ago, but I know he's okay. And every time I come here, I have this like heavy nostalgia, this bittersweet feeling. It's like I am literally, like quite literally, walking on the same pavements that like 4-year-old me would just walk along, you know. And I don't know, just it feels like nothing's changed, but like everything's changed. And I told my best friend Heather, I was like, I love change for myself. I can't say that I love when things change, but I love when I change. So coming back here is always this like familiarity that just, it brings me back, this comfort. I feel rooted. I don't have to be anyone, or like, no one knows who I am, but they always love and support who I am here. And it feels very safe. And it's the best. It's such a beautiful feeling. I love this stick. Sorry, I just wanted to look at it. It's like super smooth. Wow. I love this. I'm gonna keep this. But yeah, it's just beautiful. I always feel like, not in like the dark way, but like the Hunger Games, I feel like I'm there. And it's just in the nature sense. How serene, like how quiet it is. And like the noise you hear here is like children. And I love kids. I think here, being surrounded by kids all the time and growing up in such a family-oriented neighborhood, it's just like a block. And we all live here. It's very sweet. It's very safe. I never felt like anything would happen. I mean, obviously the world is evil in a sense, but you'd always be safe here as a kid growing up. And still, I believe still. So I just finished my week 10 of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And I actually finished the rest of this in my plane ride coming here. Hello, good morning. And so this week was about recovering a sense of self-protection. And it's kind of like what I was saying, how the brain will make you forget certain memories of your past to protect your emotional state. You know, sometimes you're just better off not knowing. The less you know, the better. And I think that can be true. I think I personally prefer to always know, be in the know. But going into this week, sorry, there's so much in my head right now. I haven't done my morning pages yet, let's just say that. Going through this, you know, you have this creativity that they say is this God energy flowing through you, and you get to shape it, you get to do what you want with it, you get to make it speak volumes, or just like let it sit and simmer. And somehow we always have something that keeps pulling us back away from that creativity, and we know what it is, we just don't like to admit it. So like, if the first thing you just thought of when I said that, it's probably that. So it's just whatever you're abusing, anything like food, work, sex, anything, there's negatives to all of that, and you really need balance. I had someone in my life who taught me the number 47. What is it? 47? I think I'm doing it wrong, actually. But 47 is the number for balance, the spiritual number for balance. He was someone who grew very fond of the late rapper Caprices. And that was kind of his thing, was 47. And I can't lie, I've been seeing 47 everywhere for like the past month and a half. Especially 147. I don't know what's up with that. But it's all about balance. And I currently feel that a little bit imbalanced after this weekend, but I know what I need to do. And I don't need to stress myself out about it. I just take this plane ride back home and do it. The truth is, our minds are always working to avoid something. It can be that person, that place, that thing you eat, those videos you watch, those songs you listen to. Everything can be very effective at being a block if you abuse it correctly. And if you use it correctly, it could be a building block for yourself. But everything that you consume does shape you, and it's just very important to be self-aware of that. You know, you don't want to go through life not knowing like what you're doing and like why you're doing it. You should know, and you should be curious about yourself. Don't let people question you, and then you don't know the answer. It's like, what? Come on, dummy! Like, wake up, you know. But in any creative life, there are dry seasons. You know, a drought happens occasionally. It's not gonna really do anything to solve this drought if you just like pour a bunch of water and like flash flood, maybe a flash flood, but that's kind of like natural. You can't just force a flash flood to happen, and you can't just force creativity to pour out from within you. You can't force that. You can do things that will aid and guide you towards it, for sure. You know, lead you to the ocean or some shit. But during a drought, stated by the book, it says we are fighting with God. And we've lost faith in the great creator and in our creative selves. It's like we're not really just letting things be. The desire to be is what keeps us from just be. And it sounds so simple to just be, but if you've never done that in your life, if you've never just then it can be really hard. But once you learn it, it's so worth it. And it helps keep you very calm. And you bring a calming energy for yourself and towards others. And people need that, especially nowadays. If you want to help and help yourself, help staying calm. Help yourself to stay calm and grounded, and make sure you feel safe, and you'll make sure that other people feel safe naturally. And that should be everyone's goal in life, I believe. I think that's how you achieve peace, if you just feel safe within yourself. You know, it's good to focus on your goals, but it's also good to manifest that and realize that you already have them. You are already rich if you can breathe properly, function all your limbs. I'm sorry, I can't speak. If you are a functional human being, if you can breathe, if you can speak, you can eat, if you can walk, you can grab things for yourself and throw them like this without looking. Oh my god, a roly fucking poly. Oh my gosh. Okay. I haven't seen one since I was like 7. You're very rich already, and focusing on the things that you want that you don't yet have only emphasizes that lack sometimes. So just be careful, be kind to yourself, be easy on yourself. You have to take it one day at a time and realize that like God's willing. You can have it all. You have it all. Just be patient. Just relax. You never know what's gonna happen today, and tomorrow's not promised. The rest of today isn't promised. Sometimes we learn that the hard way, and it becomes a wake-up call. So just don't let it. Tell the people that you love them. hug them for 5 seconds longer. Send that text. Be so appreciative. Be understanding. You know, even if you send someone a text and it doesn't go as planned, you know, understand that people are on their own path. And sometimes it's just not meant for you. Just keep moving along and it'll all be okay. I love you from me and my artist child. Bye, guys.